నీకు ఇచ్చింది కదా మంచి
Good afternoon, and all. Good afternoon. So, at the outset, from the management side, on behalf of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, I would like to welcome Ms.Pravenaa Shanmugam, Assistant General Manager of Stellantis India Private Limited, for a guest lecture on automotive electronics. So she has been in this field of automotive electronics for a long period. Now I'd like to ask Praveen Jain to give a brief introduction of this speaker. Please maintain silence.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege to introduce Pravenaa Shanmugam, ma'am, Assistant Manager and Hardware Engineer at Stellantis India. With over a decade of experience, she has journeyed from teaching electronics to leading a department and innovation informatics, diagnostics and system design at Stellantis. She now drives an agile transformation in hardware engineering and also campaigned women's empowerment for more than 10 years as the head of Stellantis Women's Forum India, a mentor, leader and a collaborator. She brings passion not only to engineers but also the people and progress. Please join me in welcoming Pravenaa Shanmugam. I would like to take this.
Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you all? Fine. So, the topic is automotive electronics, but I want to deep dive into one particular topic which is the need of today. You might have heard about sustainability everywhere, right? So we have been hearing the words sustainability, circular economy, carbon net zero. Have you heard these words before? If you don't know the meaning also, these words keep on pouring, right? Wherever you go, we are used to these kind of words. Some pay attention to this, and many does not pay attention to this, that's okay. So, I want to talk about sustainability and circular economy in automotive hardware, okay? But if you look at the topic, don't feel like it is a dry subject or is a boring subject or anything, okay? So, I want to make it more interesting, so I don't want to bore you with data or something. Instead, I want to show you practically what we really do. We means Stellantis. So I want to introduce my company to you first of all, and then myself, and then we will have a history like why we need to save the planet, and then what automakers do in saving the planet. Okay, this is how I want to take the session today. So this is Stellantis. So let me introduce Stellantis to you. Your fathers and your grandfathers may be knowing Fiat cars, okay? Maybe some of you may be knowing Fiat cars, and then they are based out of Italy. And there is a company called Chrysler, which is based out of US, okay? So we were called Fiat Chrysler Automobiles before. We were called FCA before. Then what happened in 2021, we had a merger with Peugeot. So now you might have come across some advertisements of Citroën posted by Dhoni, okay, I have seen in some of the channels. So that is also one of the brand of us. So what happened after Peugeot had collaborated with us, we may not be calling our company as Fiat Chrysler Peugeot, right? The name is very big. So instead, they have to rename the concern as Stellantis. Okay, Stellantis is looking for a group of rising stars. Now we are called Stellantis, but we have 14 brands with us. So this is our legacy. We have 125 years of legacy combinedly putting together the experience of all these companies. And then we have 14 brands, iconic brands. We are operating in more than 30 countries, including India, and we have 400K employees. Okay, this is about Stellantis, and we are very proud to name ourselves as we are the fourth largest automaker in the world. So generally, what do we produce is cars. Okay, there are different types, and there are different brands inside. I can do it. I can do it. Right? So these are the brands I was talking about. Have you ever known any of the brands here? You can raise your hand if you know any of the brands. Ah, very good. I'm really happy. Okay. So some might have seen Jeep, right? And we have the Jeep Compass and Jeep Meridian here, locally made and locally done here. And we have other more brands over here, which is much more famous in European countries and Western countries. Maybe we might not have seen this Alfa Romeo, Maserati, Chrysler and all these in Indian roads, but these are some of our privileged and then premier brands of us. Okay, so we have all these 14 brands, and every brand stands unique for a different type of vehicle. Brand stands for trucks. Okay, 1500 means the tonnage of the trucks is 1500. So we have 2500, 1500 tonnage trucks, which is branded under brand. Have you seen this Fast and Furious movie or heard about the movie? So Dodge was the one which was the superstar of that movie. Okay, so those cars come from Dodge. So these are some of the brands, and then we are very glad to have these brands with us. If you see, this is our global footprint. So we have our markets in North America, South America, in Europe. In Europe itself, Europe is large, you know about it. In Europe itself, we have Central Europe, Western Europe, Southern Europe, and then we have India. India means it is not only India, we have IAP as the center, India and Asia Pacific, where we have India and other countries like Australia, Korea, Japan, etc. Okay, and then we have a technical global center in China also. This is the footprint of India. If you see, we have our plants in India, design centers in India, research centers in India. So in Chennai, we have an office. Hope you may be knowing about this Chennai One IT Park. We have an office there, and we have a plant in Tiruvallur also. Similarly, we have in Pune and Ranjangaon. Ranjangaon has the plant. So this is what our footprint in India and other countries also, like Australia, Korea, Japan, Malaysia is our headquarters. And these are our core values. So everybody will have a mission, vision, core values, right? So we really respect our core values, which is nothing but we are customer centric. Anyway, we produce cars for customers only. So we have to satisfy their needs and wish list. And we are agile. Do you know what is agile? Agile is adaptability, right? So we say like changes come every day. We have to adapt ourselves, and we should be flexible to make it happen. So in our way of work also, we will have a project today. We may expect another project next time, but it may not happen. There will be complications in the existing project. So many uncertainty and changes will be there in the project. So we should be flexible and adaptable for those situations. That is agile. And we win together. We are very much proud to work as a team than an individual contributor. And then we care for the future. So you have to note this point. We care for the future. I will be coming back to this particular core value later. Okay. So this is about me. I don't want to go through all these, but only thing what I need to say here is, I was working as an academician. I have worked in so many engineering colleges before for the first 10 years. And then I jumped into Stellantis. And I was in pursuit of topic for my PhD. So I thought like, will I get something from automotive domain? So I have been working with Stellantis for the past 15 years. And Stellantis had made me or taught me so many things. for example, I was new to this automotive field. I even did not know what is automotive, what are the protocols they use. You might have heard about some CAN protocols in your communication, right? Controller area network. So we extensively use CAN protocol to connect all the ECUs. ECU stands for electronic control unit. Okay. So ECUs are the major units which we work with, the electrical engineers and electronics engineers. ECUs are made of microcontrollers. So you know how to program a microcontroller and how it behaves. Okay, so that is how I learned about ECUs, CAN protocol, CAPL scripting, and so on and so on. So I have played major capacities in networking, diagnostic, system design, and so on. And now I am into hardware engineering. So every day is a learning. Every day is a learning. It is not like I know everything in automotive. No. Okay. Still I am learning. Every day I learn a tool, I learn a technology, or I learn a concept. This is how I work. So coming back to this sustainability and circular economy, I don't want to take you into this directly. Instead, we will see a story and then come back. Okay? Let's try to understand this particular past. Have you ever heard about the Sustainable Development Goals? Anybody here? Any idea? What is it? No? Okay. Let me tell you something about this. You all know United Nations Organization, right? UNO. So this UNO, what did they do? In 2015, they came up with some 17 goals. What are those 17 goals? They wanted to protect the planet. That was the major goal. But in order to have a decent lifestyle or decent living or saving the planet, saving the creatures under sea, so there were so many mission and vision in forming these goals. So they came up with some 17 number of goals, and then every country should adapt at least some of the goals. And finally, there will be an index for these goals. Okay. So all the countries which is under UNO are doing something for these goals, and then they are proving like what they have done for that year to get that index. This is called SDG. So let's see what are those goals. And you can tell me, are you familiar with any of the goals here? I write here so many goals, 17 number of goals. No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality. So many goals are there. Are you familiar with any of the goals here?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one?
No property.
Pardon?
Poverty.
No poverty, very good.
Life on land.
Life on land, life under sea, so many things. I asked you one question. We are all engineers, right? So, and we have a threat of artificial intelligence now, and then we say like this is going to rule us or something like that. Don't worry about it. But do you have any idea what are the careers that will sustain in future 2030, beyond 2030, any idea? Anyway, we will be there, don't worry. Electrical, electronics engineers will be there. Apart from that, I'm asking you, what will be the new career or the futuristic career options beyond 2030? Any idea?
Prompt engineers.
Okay, leave about prompt engineering, artificial, data science and all. Other than that? So have you ever looked into like save planet, climate change? You are hearing daily about something on climate change, greenhouse gases effect, etc. Right? So I will tell you, apart from doctors and nurses, okay, then the demand would be for teachers, and then there will be a very drastic demand will be for one who is pursuing education in renewable energy sources and working on climate change. Okay, so people, if you don't have a goal right now, okay, at least think about on these lines because this is going to rule the world later. Okay, so climate change, renewable energy sources would be the next game changer. So if you want to pursue your PG course, think on these lines. Or if you want to work after your graduation also, I will show you the career options for you guys because you are in final year. Think on those lines and do a project and then walk in that way. That will be helpful rather than don't go behind everybody is doing a project and then I'm also into it. No, you should be different. Let's see those career options at the last, but we will just come back to this now. So I'm showing you here so many goals of UNO. I'm very much interested in the sustainability. Let's see. So I was talking about this only. In 2015, UNO came with this particular goals, and then this should be practiced by all the countries for an index and all that stuff. So what does mean by sustainability is nothing but we have three pillars in sustainable development goals. One is this economic growth, social inclusion, environmental sustainability. So these three pillars, do you know a Venn diagram? Have you seen a Venn diagram before? In your school days? In set theory? Right. So you will see A is a circle, B is a circle, C is a circle, A intersection, B intersection, C is a small part. Right? You have imagined this now? Okay. That one and then that particular part is called sustainability. I mean to say, consider these three as three circles of the Venn diagram. So economic growth, social inclusion, and then environmental sustainability. So that combines together to give sustainability. So I have been talking about sustainability, circular economy, which is some Greek and Latin to you, right? So let us see how do we define this. So this is what I meant. These three circles, okay, and there is one common area here that leads to sustainability. And then let me come back to circular economy later. So what do you think about sustainability? It is using the resources wisely. What are the natural resources we have? Water, then
Sunlight.
Sunlight. For example, we use them extensively now and we deplete the resource. What will happen to our future generation? Will we be able to give them water? Will we be able to give them some other energy sources? No, right? So, we have to use them wisely is one thing. Okay. But you may be asking some questions, ma'am. If you use wisely also, what will happen if they get depleted? Right? There are chances of getting depleted, right? So, what is circular economy that comes into picture, which is even smarter than sustainability. So what that will do, these are some strategies which can be categorized as reusing, refusing, reducing, refurbishing, remanufacturing. Okay, so all these re means what? Again and again. If you try to safeguard those resources again and again by doing any of these techniques, there is a possibility of giving these resources to our future generation. So do you know the difference between sustainability and future circular economy? Sustainability is using it wisely, whereas circular economy is how to use, reuse or reduce or refurbish so that we keep hold or we don't deplete the resources. So this is the major difference between sustainability and circular economy. Now, do you remember I was talking about our core values? I showed you four circles, right? The last one is we care for the future. We means what? The automobile industry. And I was talking in parallel with UNO's goals, and one such goal is sustainability, right? Now we have to find an interlink between what automakers' values are and what the UNO's goals are. So if you join these two dots, you will end up in Sustainability, how do we do that in automotive industry? Okay, so every product or every company works for a business. I understand. What is the final intention of doing a business?
Money. Profits, money.
Money, right? Everybody. We also work for money, right? It's not a social service, right? So at the end of the day, we have to get some money. But only money making should not be a goal. We have to make money, but we have to care for our planet or we have to care for our society. Something should be there. Have you heard of some CSRs, corporate social responsibility? They will be going and buying some blackboards, benches for some schools. They will plant so many trees, right? You might have heard about all these, right? They will build some drinking water plants. Something. Why are you doing this? They are making money at one side, but they want to give something back to the society. So either it's renovating a government school or giving a drinking water plant, something they have to give back. So this is a circle. You have to get something from the society, you have to give something to the society. So in order to do this, even automakers, they also see like, how can we do this sustainability in automotive engineering or automotive hardware? That is what they're all thinking now. So let's see how it happens. Have you heard about this carbon dioxide?
Yes, ma'am.
Oxygen? We might have studied all these, right? What do we say like CO2 emission every time? Why do we say CO2 emission? Only transport emits this. What are the other sources of CO2?
Human also.
Yeah, we breathe out, okay, fine. Even plants, okay, they emit CO2, right? So, CO2 emission is nothing but a result of all these greenhouse gases, okay? So, what do you mean by carbon net zero? Well, the intention is how much ever amount of greenhouse gases is in the atmosphere, that should be nullified by some technique so that you have zero carbon dioxide. That is not practically possible, it is an ideal situation, but we have to work towards it. So when you come across a term called carbon net zero, don't get afraid, it is very simple. The amount of greenhouse gases which is formed in the atmosphere should be nullified. It should be made zero. That is the intention. So we all lawmakers are working towards it. Okay, but you may ask me a question, ma'am, you keep on producing cars and then you are saying like you are working for carbon net zero. How is that possible? That's not possible, right? But we have some suggestions and workarounds to do that. That is how we have to. So you all know, Indian government had said like by 2030, what should be the fuel fuel in cars? No, what type of fuel do you expect? 2030? Hydrogen fuel cells or EVs? So this is what is our goal now. And EVs also we have lithium ion battery and so many batteries are available. And then finally that is also harmful because we don't know how to recycle the batteries. We keep on producing the battery and how to recycle the battery. You think about your mobile. Anybody here, after your mobile is outdated or the model is outdated or something happened to your display, do you throw the mobile away or do you recycle or reuse or repair or what are you use?
Repair.
Seriously? I thought you all will do.
Yeah, repairing.
You are repairing. Very good. So, generally what we do, we just give back the phone to the shopkeeper and then get an exchange offer or something like that. Is what we do, generally. No. So, if you are repairing, well and good. Already your circular economy in action. I really appreciate you. And the people who are not repairing or reusing, kindly consider this option. Okay. So in our day-to-day life itself, we are all used to linear economy. Linear economy is what? You take a thing, you make a thing, you throw it away. That is called take, make, dispose. You'll be eating in a paper plate or something, right? Some plastic plate or something. You will eat it, you will throw it. So we how do we call them? Use and throw plates. Use and throw cups. That means one time only you can use it, then you will be throwing it away. How long you are going to do this? Use, throw, use, throw. What will happen to our earth? Right? Then came this different types of plates, right? So previously we were extensively using plastic, now the other forms have got. Even for straw, we have got paper straws, bamboo straws, some coconut straws, something like that. So we are slowly migrating, but this space is not enough. But anyway, everybody should have at least a goal or at least a feeling like we have to save our earth. Okay, so one step is this is called sustainability, and in this transformation, transportation itself is contributing 25% of carbon dioxide emissions. Okay, and then we have to find a way how to reduce it. We are working towards it. How can we do this? So I was telling you like carbon dioxide emission. How can we do this, and then what are the ways of doing this? So either you can use some energy efficient electronics like this. I was talking about ECUs, MCUs, microcontrollers, sensors, etc. Okay, those are the automotive electronic parts. Okay, either we can go for it, or we can use some lightweight materials without compromising the quality and safety. Or even when you think of a very small idea, like you know what is PCB, printed circuit boards, right? You know that. How to do a packaging of PCB, even that simple thought is one step for circular economy. Okay, the one step for sustainability. So you can think in any of the forms. Don't think you have to do something big as a rocket. No, no need. If you see, all the innovations and patents will be addressing a very small issue. That need not be something which is there in a rocket. Okay, so find out a way where we can find a chance of innovating or doing something for the sustainability and circular economy. So these are some of the ways, and there are some sustainable materials with us to achieve this. Let's see how about circular economy. Okay, I was talking about this one, linear economy, use and throw. That means make, use, dispose. So that is no longer going to help us, no longer going to help the mankind. So we have learned the lesson now. It is late, but anyway it's okay. We are going to the circular model wherein we are designing, reusing, and then we are going to reuse, repair, remantle, remanufacture, anything on re. Okay, that should be the good solution moving forward. So how we are going to work on these strategies in circular economy? So here comes your part, guys. So why I'm telling all these eco design and all these means, we as future engineers, you people are responsible in either doing a design for a greener planet, or doing a design in green technology, or you have to do something for easy disassembly. Okay, these are the first stepping stones to reach this green technology. So either we need to think like, how can I reduce the CO2 emission? Okay, how can I do some lightweight packaging or something like that? How many of you use ChatGPT here? Almost everybody, right? What do you ask ChatGPT? Anything? Can I ask a question to ChatGPT like, hey, I am sad, what should I do? Oh, I have never tried it, okay. So what will be the answer of ChatGPT now? What did you say? Don't worry, dude, something like that? Something. So you all think like ChatGPT is your good friend. So whenever you feel low or distressed or something, if you cannot share with some human being, if you share with that, that will give you some specifying words. At least, hey, don't worry, be happy, something like that. So have you all using ChatGPT only for this or some other technical purposes also? Technical, what will you do? Hey, prepare a PPT for me or something like that? Assignment. Good. So that ChatGPT is a good friend helping you for that also. So it is helping you personally and also professionally, right? It is good. Right. But do you know whenever you ask a question to ChatGPT, what happens at the background?
Water.
Think like I am mad or something. Daily I ask a question, hey, how are you? What are you? Or some nonsensical questions to ChatGPT every time. And then I'm asking it to do my homework, assignment and all these blah blah stuff which I can do. Okay. So till now I was doing, but now I'm giving all the things to ChatGPT. So what will happen now? If one student is doing, everybody will be doing the same thing, right? So I have heard about CPUs, now it is GPU, right? So it means large servers working for you in a simple term, right? So whenever you keep on prompting that ChatGPT or any other AI tool, it will information from so many sites and sources and it starts giving you some answers, right or not, right? For that, it has to emit enormous amount of heat. So, people, please have some concern. If you're really stuck up somewhere and then if you want a ChatGPT or any AI tools support, please take it. But writing an email, okay, writing an assignment, writing an essay and no, please don't do. Because every time when we prompt ChatGPT, finally what we are ending up with, you're not saving the planet, you are destroying the planet. Okay? Have some little concern about the society also before you do. I don't say like don't use ChatGPT or any other. No. But see, where should you use? Where should you not use? Something you are doing a research, you want some topics or papers, pull out. Nothing wrong. But see the limitation in the usage. Okay? Because finally we are not even doing any justice to sustainability here. Okay? So now coming to Stellantis, I want to show you how really we are working in Stellantis for this circular economy. I was telling about remanufacturing, reusing, recycling, all the R's, right? So next slide I'm going to show you that video. You can see a video where we have a plant in Turin. Okay, that plant is called Mirafiori. In that plant, we have so many segments to do the circular economy alone. Okay, so this is one such example for us. Similarly, we have everybody doing this: BMW, Tesla, GM, okay, Renault, Toyota, and what else? Tata. Everybody is doing this. So all the automakers are becoming responsible now and then marching towards it. So what do we do there is, this is about us. So we are doing remanufacturing, repairing, reusing, and we are doing the shopping center and the vehicles. Sir, can you play the video please? So you can have a look and then we will discuss about it. was just an overview, like what do we do in this Chennai plant. I want to ask you one question. After seeing this, okay, do anybody wants to work in an automotive sector? Where do you want to work? What do you think? You don't have any space for these ECE people in automotive sector? Do you think like that? No? Okay. Are you thinking what can you do on sustainability in automotive? No? Generally, what is your opinion, like if I say like electronics engineers and mechanical engineers are working in automotive industry, what do you think they will do? You can give me any answer. There is no right or wrong answer. Anything is okay. What do you think they will be doing there? Mechanical, they will be designing the car body parts and okay, fine. They are doing this way. Okay.
Electrical controlling,
What will electrical and electronics people do there?
wiring, connections.
Wiring. Okay, there is a department called wiring harness. So I was telling you about CAN protocol, right? That is used to connect the ECUs, right? So CAN is nothing but a physical layer, right? So wiring harness team, they will be working hard to see like how can they reduce the weight of the harness so that it does not make the car heavy. Okay? And there are some people like us, like me. We will be working on the infotainment and validation. That means what? You may be seeing a screen in your car, right? So you will be playing your media, radio, maps, so on, right? So I was first working in a team where I used to test that device. Okay. So my lab will be always with songs only, because I will be testing songs every time, right? Either I will be playing FM or I will be testing songs. So there will be a guy who daily comes with a pen drive with so many songs, because every time when he tests, when the song is playing, you have to test with some other conditions and see like whether the song gets interrupted, or if that interrupt is a high priority, song should be stopped. Right? You understand this? I'm putting the car in a reverse gear. So what will happen? Rear view camera will be on. That time nothing will be displayed in the screen. Nothing should be. If that time also if some song is playing, so what will happen if I am taking reverse, right? So these are the tests we used to do. That time song should not play, camera mode should be on, and then I should be seeing the rear vicinity of my car. This is what we used to test. This is one such scenario. We have some thousands of scenarios to do this. When song is playing, when something is happening, what is the way to say? But we people, what we do, we will be scolding that guy, hey, don't interrupt the song, keep on playing the song, then only we can enjoy it. So we will be writing some coding there. Okay. So this is how we used to play, but this is on a lighter side. So electronics people, they will be working on either this validation or something. What will electrical people do? Designing. Okay, we see like automotive hardware, so some PCB design, something will be there. That is what you are all thinking, right? I can show you so many career opportunities. I have put it here as only electrical here, but that doesn't mean only EEE guys. No, don't take it in that sense. Okay, this is a common term. I have used it here. This is applicable to all the circuit branches. Okay, so ECE people also have a major portion of your contribution. Electrical people also have, but you have to think how you want to groom yourselves later. Let's see. So this is the video I was showing you before. Have you heard about these guys? Yes. So these are very well popular automotive OEMs. You know what is an OEM? I say like I work in OEM. What does it mean? Original equipment manufacturer. Very good. So I also work in an OEM, and these are my competitor OEMs. Okay. So you have seen these names. What do you think these guys are doing for sustainability? Do they do something? Electric vehicle, okay, we are also doing, they are also doing. But what do they do for sustainability, circular economy? We all produce EVs. We are all doing. But do you think when we have a battery, okay, lithium ion battery or any other battery, what will happen after the life period of a battery is done? Reused, right? What do you think would be the rare earth metals in the battery? Lithium, cobalt, nickel. Okay, these are the important metals when you refurbish a battery or reuse a battery. What we do is we don't throw the battery away. Okay, so we will. I will tell you the difference between BMW and us. Okay, in Stellantis, what do? We have a circular economy plant. I showed you. They will be doing this remanufacturing, refurbishing, recycling, blah blah things and all. But we don't have a dedicated recycling of batteries plant. Till now, no, we are into the process. Whereas this BMW has got EVs with I series, they have this recycling of battery. But how do we do is we have a agreement with the third party vendor. He will do, we will be giving the batteries to them to do the recycling. But BMW does on their own. Okay, this is the difference. But everybody will be trying to do something on recycling of battery, remanufacturing of old cars. So when you say like I have some old cars where I have ECUs, gearboxes, transmission. What do? We take those, okay, and then we refurbish. Refurbish is nothing but we renovate our house, right? So make it new. So they will also try to make it new and then reuse it in some other cartons. That's how. While this is being done, we are getting raw material is not needed because we need to do some process so that it can be used again. And we don't need to do mining again and again. Mining of metals only I was talking about nickel and all, right? So no need of doing that again and again. So these are some of the ways of reusing those materials. This is what I wanted to show you. Guys, you can give your contribution in these many ways to the society and also to automotive industry. So I am showing you something like design components with the disassembly in mind. So whenever we do a design itself, it should be easily disassembled or easily it should be repaired. So it should be done in that way. So while designing itself, think on those lines and do. Don't do and then it will be a rocket science to disassemble or dismantle it later. And we are talking about ROHS, REACH, reach and ROHS. Any idea on this ROHS? Restriction of hazardous substances. What are hazardous? Hazardous are dangerous. What will be the substances you think like that? I was talking about so many: milk, lead, okay, then polybromide, diphenyl ether and biphenyl ether kind of stuff. You might have seen all these, and then there are some substances like this, okay. So those are hazardous substances. REACH means it is registration, authorization of chemicals. So some chemicals which are really harmful to humankind, like they are carcinogens. Carcinogens means cancer-causing elements, or it is mutagens, similar kind of term. So those chemical substances should be strictly avoided. So being an electrical or electronics engineer, by choosing the component or the material, you have to keep in mind whether it is sustainable or whether it is restricted. All these should come into picture. Similarly, we have to see the optimization, fuel consumption. It should dissipate only less amount of heat, or it should consume only less amount of power, something like that. So all optimization should be considered. And finally, predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance is nothing but, for example, We have AI, ML and all these technologies with us. Okay, so we have all the data with us. So with that, we can use an algorithm to predict like this is the lifetime of this particular component. It will be worn out these many days later. So we have to service it or repair it now itself so that the shell life is launched, something like that. So we can make use of the technology here. That is a good way of making use of AI and ML. Similar the other technologies like IoT, Internet of Things and all these. So technology goes hand in hand with this automotive so that we finally reach sustainability. But there are some challenges also. What do you think is a challenge? You are a customer now. I say like, hey, we are very good in circular economy. What will be your mindset? What is circular economy? Reuse, repair, recycle, refurbish. So then you will have a mental block like, oh, every component of this people would be a recycled one or a reused one. It is not brand new. Everybody likes brand new, right? And if you are ordering something in Amazon and it says like it is a refurbished product, will you buy it? You will give a second thought. Okay, you may buy it, but you will get what happens if it comes to me and it doesn't work or something like that. So we have a mental block like we don't go for this R re kind of stuff at the beginning itself. That is one mental blockage of customers. Other than this, we have so many challenges. I am telling you like the infrastructure and cost is very much needed to build a plant like what I showed for the circular economy. It is not cheap or easy. Okay, you should have all the logistics, supply chain management. You should have a set of suppliers to do this, and you have to check the quality of the recycled parts. So there are so many concerns behind this. It is not as easy as I say, but we have to put some efforts and then investment on this. So there are some cost versus sustainability trade-off is there, and then how do you move your recycled things or the material which needs to be recycled. So those logistics and all, it's not that much developed right now. And you see a skill gap. How many of us know like, hey, I can do a design for green technology? No, it is evolving now. We don't know the skills or we lack the skills now. We are slowly into this learning process right now. So these are challenges, but we have to overcome, and there are ways to overcome these challenges slowly. And these are the career opportunities. So everybody after finishing electrical or electronics don't go and sit in an IT job. For that you did not choose this branch. You might have chosen CSE or IT for that. Okay. So if you are really passionate about doing something after electronics or electrical engineering, you have to work in a core company. I don't say like you need to work in an automotive domain. It could be anything, but that really unleashes your potential. That is what is expected. But I am here showing you some career opportunities for the futuristic world. Because I said like it is going to be climate change and some renewable energy sources later, right? So in those times, if you think on, these are some of the things you may need to improve your skills or hone your skills right now. So either it is EV design development, or you can do something on the sustainability analyst and engineer, or you can research in green technologies, how to design or using the green technologies which is available. It is a direction for circularity engineer or product lifecycle engineer or power electronics engineer. So these are some of the new branches of electrical and electronics which gives you some new jobs moving further. So I really wanted to advise you like think on these lines while choosing a project so that you will be unique. Okay? So don't be doing the same project using a microcontroller, always doing some turning on an LED or water controller or sensor, heart rate monitor, something like that. Okay. think on something which is really useful to the society, and then that will show you you are something different in that group of people. Closing thoughts. Children, you have been listening to something on sustainability, okay, circular economy, and all these things. So, do you think like this is really needed now or what? Really needed. It is not a choice, and it is not. We are not in a position where I can say like, no, I will take it up or I will take it up later. No, it is a need of the hour right now, and then we have to pay attention to that. And then, as an engineer or going to be an engineer, we have, as a citizen also, we have some responsibility to move towards this circular economy and sustainability. So I say here circular economy is not a choice but a necessity, really true. Hardware design plays a central role in sustainable mobility. Yes, we are all doing it already. We will be doing that towards 2030 also. And then you as future engineers will lead the transition. So before I close this session, so what we do is like we are using this recycling, reusing and all these stuffs, right? So we think of one particular design wherein either you will be doing some high percentage of saving of fuel consumption. Okay, right now what is the fuel we use? Petrol, diesel, etc. That is the major, right? So when you do some 5% of fuel consumption saving in that, that will result in some 20 million tons of carbon dioxide emission reduction, which is equivalent to you are planting 900 million of trees. We are not able to do that. We cannot plant 900 million trees now. At least we can do some fuel consumption reduction over here, right? So think on those things. In order to achieve this, what can we do? Done here, okay? And even we, Stellantis in Turin, we wanted by 2030, we are in a target of making 150,000 reusable components. Okay, we are already doing it, but this is our goal. The target number is something in 2030 lengths. So everybody, I was talking about Tesla, BMW, everybody is doing this reusing, recycling. Already Ford is using 20% of this, their own components in this recycling means alone. So everybody has their targets which is leading them to sustainability and circular economy. Okay. So this should be our motto, not only for the automakers, but this is even applicable to all the citizens also. So we automakers have a motto like, the cars of tomorrow must not just drive us forward, they must sustain the planet too. Okay. Don't design a car which is for us, the passengers, to move forward. No, it has to save the planet also. That is what the intention behind this. So, generally I used to give some lectures on EVs, automotive electronics, okay, AI, ML in automotive kind of stuff. But this time I thought like, why not I give some awareness on sustainability and circular economy. Although these words look some jargons to us, but it is very easy to understand, and it can even relate us with that, what we wanted to do for our planet, right? So in that note, I really thank you guys for your listening, and I hope at least I would have made a small contribution in some of your minds, at least to think on these lines and think or to pursue your higher education or your the career path on these lines, so that you at least will make some difference in the for the society. Okay, I really thank you, and you can even correct me in this my LinkedIn ID also. So I'm really what to say, I'm really excited to get your request, and then even if I'm able to, I can guide you in some terms like this, in what I can do for automotive and sustainability. Right? So thank you guys, and thank you very much. I really wish you a good luck. So be careful in choosing your career, and then please work towards it. Thank you.
Any questions from the students?
As usual, a big no.
Maybe I can answer for you.
Any questions, please shoot. Especially people from sustainable development.
Actually, that's a good question. What are the prerequisites to work in this field, right? So I told you like there is a stringent or strict regulation saying like this should happen, carbon dioxide emission should be low and all these. And I already told you that there is a skill gap, like we do right now. Okay, but now there are some courses or the branch of study which can lead to thinking on renewable energy sources, energy management kind of stuff. So if I'm, for example, if I'm giving you an activity and you are all final years guys, I'm saying like, hey, let's do a mini project. I'm telling you build a sustainable car. Then what factors you will look into? First one is what to build a car, you need some materials, right? So till now we have been using sheet metal and plastics. But I am saying sustainable car. That means you have to go in for some sustainable materials. Some bio type of materials or some metals which is readily available kind of stuff. Don't look for some very rare earth metals, instead go for some alloys of steel and aluminium kind of stuff. So you have to consider 4 factors now. One is choose the material, they are bringing sustainability. Okay. Number 2 is choose the energy source, whether it is EV vehicle or hydrogen fuel cell vehicle or normal fuel vehicle or something and all. So find the energy source. First is material, energy source. Next one is hardware. I told you there are some ways of doing sustainability in hardware. How can you do this? Low weight ECUs, sensors, etc. Or you can go for the heat dissipation is very low or energy consumption is very low or it is very efficient in power saving, something like that. So that is hardware. And finally, end of life. End of life is nothing but whether those materials are fit enough for reusing, recycling and all the circular economy. So these are the 4 factors. One is material, one is your hardware, what you need to choose. Number 2 is 3 is energy sources, what is the car should be made up of. 4 is nothing but the end of life technique, what you are going to practice. So keeping all these 4. So now only these courses and branches are evolving, but we have to try our level best to move into it. It is very difficult at the initial point itself to get into this. Okay, you can be a power electronics engineer, okay, or some electronic designer, and then slowly jump into and move into like how can we move into sustainable materials. That is how the path should be. So as I said, anything adds value. Either a small way of packaging or small way of fuel consumption, some idea on that will also be held good. We have internships, but we don't have this EV related and all these internships. It is a normal internship like everybody does, right? Okay, they will be learning about this validation, wiring harness and all what this we do in Chennai. We have. This side, anybody? Did I explain you very well, like you did not get any questions? So that's it. Thank you all.
Any questions?
I'd like to extend my special thanks to Ms.Pravenaa Shanmugam on account of the department as well as the management. So it's a great pleasure for us for exchanging ideas related to sustainability and circular economy in automotive hardware. Hope the session will be a eye-opener for those who have thought of getting venture into a new idea. So let it be the icebreaker for you. And once again, I thank Ms.Pravenaa Shanmugam for graciously consented to be a part of this lecture and delivered our students. Tourism is coming, so I request all of you to wait for a while. Thank you.
Design something, they have to include this sustainability. It is not a separate department or sector thing about it. Some of the things are happening in R&D now. So instead of steel alloy, what can I do? Something that is also done. But it is not a full take job. You have to incorporate simultaneously.